Okay, William Hutchison here, owner along with my wife of the two real estate companies that you see in the thumbnail. Feeling better. So I thought I'd put this video up today and give some of you some food for thought. It's probably will appeal to a very narrow audience. I hope it doesn't come across as me being a know-it-all, but I'd like to try to bring together two diverse concepts and maybe hopefully blend it into a video that makes sense. The recent medical issue that I've been dealing with has brought to mind a situation where we're all getting older and you can have emergency things happen. And I want to make sure that you understand that if you need emergency services and you live a mile from your nearest neighbor, it's going to be difficult for you to get adequate medical attention in a reasonable period of time. So I want to talk about access to you should something like that happen, and also where you would get the attention that you need. We're all at the age where we can have a stroke, we can have a heart attack, we can have a bad fall, break our hip, we can just fall and hit our head. And if it's the husband that it happens to, and you live solely with perhaps your Colombian wife, it's going to be a very difficult situation for her, especially if you're unconscious, to get you to adequate medical attention. I doubt that there's very many Colombian women, 5'1", 5'2", 105 pounds, married to an expat, 200 pounds, 6 feet, that are going to be able to move someone that's unconscious. So the alternative is to call an ambulance. And here in Colombia, many of the finca locations that an expat might want to have a look at are very inaccessible. I have a car, I have two finca listings, and I really don't like to take my car over the finca roads. They're maintained maybe once a year. And of course, after a couple of decent rainfalls, they're right back to the condition that they were 2 months before. The other situation that you might find yourself dealing with is trying to give directions to the ambulance people, if that's the care that you need. There's no landmarks here. It's almost like you say, well, you're going to drive about a kilometer. When you see the big tree, turn right, come down that road half a kilometer. You'll see some kind of a signpost, maybe for a restaurant on the left, make your turn there. And those are the type of directions that you're going to give the people. I have a finca just outside of Montenegro, and I still need the caretaker to come out on his motorcycle to take me to the finca, and I've been there 5 or 6 times. That may be my mental capacity, but I can guarantee you that an ambulance driver will have the same issue. What I have done is a little bit of research, not a lot, and I've arbitrarily chosen Armenia as a city that has adequate medical facilities, and any city larger than that. In Colombia, there's 22 cities. So here's the plan. You can find what you're looking for. I know we've all had very busy lives and we're looking for tranquility, but you can go overboard, especially here. There's beautiful, beautiful fincas, but they're 5 kilometers off the main road. And if you're looking for medical attention, medical help, you're putting yourself, I think, in a precarious situation. Here in Armenia, you can be within 20 minutes of the major hospital in a lot of different situations, a lot of different places, very tranquil. And you can get most of perhaps the life that you're looking for. You're not going to have 2 horses and a handful of chickens and maybe some other farm animals, but you're going to have all of the tranquility that Colombia can give you. If you look at being 20 minutes from the hospital and you have a serious medical episode, you're at least an hour from healthcare. It's going to take the ambulance 20, 25 minutes to get to you if they can get directly to your situation, to your location. They're going to have to stabilize you probably another 10, 15 minutes. I'm not a doctor, I have no idea, but I know there would be some time for stability. And then another 20 or 25 minutes back to the hospital. So you're an hour at least after having a heart attack, a stroke, a bad fall, break hip, to get the medical help that you need. So anything farther than that, to me, just doesn't make sense. I see channels promoting buying property in little towns that are 2 and 3 hours from major medical help. And I don't think it's a situation that you really want to get yourself into. I think your health should be your number one consideration. Find where you want to live. If you just use the 22 cities that are Armenia, 300,000 and more, if you drop down to 200,000, which should still provide you decent medical care, you have 32 choices. Go to those cities, find the climate you want. For example, if it's cool you want, Bogota, Manizales. 2 different cities, there should be one to suit your lifestyle. Bogota, a cultural heaven, opera, live concerts, museums, art studios. It's just a mecca of cultural activity, great restaurants. Manizales in the mountains, much more laid back, hot springs nearby, completely different lifestyle. But all of those cities within 20 or 30 minutes will offer you a place where you can get the tranquility that you want, the back to nature feel. You don't have to be, as I say, 5 or 6 kilometers off of the main road. Stay away from promotions. I see some here. I see one promotion, $250,000 to buy this 8-bedroom house in a little town, an hour and a half, 2 hours from a hospital, and it needs another $50,000 in renovations. The place isn't even worth $100,000, and you're going to have $300,000 into it. Who's going to buy it? I mean, at some point, you or your relatives are going to want out, and you've just lost a considerable sum of money. $250,000 in Armenia here gets you into the best barrio, a nice bungalow with a pool, and it's saleable. I hope that makes sense. If you need some direction, we're here. I think you need professional help. You need bilingual help. You need some transparency. You need the market knowledge that you likely don't have. The one thing I want to caution you about, you'll see property here and you'll look at it, and I have the listings. that is 20% of what it is in your hometown gated community. But just because it's 20% here doesn't mean that it's the right price. You can look at something that's 20%, but the actual price should be 15%. And with no MLS here, a lot of people try to create their own market. It's the reason that you'll see listings that are still active 4, 5, 6 years later, because they aren't in the market, and the people are waiting for someone to come along with a little bit of money and pay their price. We're here to help. The help is free. Any commissions that we earn come from the seller. So get in touch. You can send me a message. I will call you. If you have any questions about this video or any other video I've made, I'm happy to discuss it with you. As I've said many times, I'm unlimited to North America. William Hutchison, Armenia Colombia Realty for Expats, and Salento Colombia Realty signing off. I live in paradise, and you can too.